What's up, guys? So you're welcome once again to my YouTube channel. This is basically my second video, right? Officially my very first YouTube video as well. However, in this video today, I am going to be talking about and giving a story as to how I came into Lagos for the first time and how I was able to transition as well from an Android developer to being a software product manager. All of these things basically happened when I came into Lagos. So stay tuned and stay hooked because the gist is gisting, okay? And trust me, it's something you actually want to listen to. Now, let's get to it. So basically, the year was 2019, right? I had just gotten my call-up letter to for NYSC, okay? And it happened that I was given Lagos. Guys, you know how Nigeria is, where you're not exactly sure where, when it comes to NYC, you cannot exactly be very sure, except your leg is very long, right? You can't exactly determine where you are going to be posted. And trust me, I did every single thing. There's a particular state I had in mind where I wanted to be posted to, and I did every single thing to make sure I got posted to that state. When I say every single thing, trust me, I did every single thing. At the end of the day, I was posted to Lagos State, and I was not exactly very happy. I wasn't exactly very happy. Unlike some persons, they would have been rejoicing, oh, I'm so happy I've been posted to Lagos. A lot of persons would want Lagos, but in my own case, that was different. I never wanted Lagos. Thinking back at those years, I would not exactly say, oh, this is why I never wanted Lagos. I'm not exactly sure, right? I didn't want Lagos. But then I came into Lagos. I remember my very first day in Lagos. I was somewhere on the mainland. I was trying to get a bus. I didn't understand. I just came in with the mindset of, oh, this is Lagos. You have to hustle, right? You have to hustle. I was trying to locate my cousin's house, right? I didn't exactly know where to go to. We were basically conversing on phone, and he told me, enter bus from here, get to this place, enter bus from here again, get to this place. I was like, okay. So with my box and my bag, I was trying to juggle the whole traffic and all. The bustling part of Lagos was somewhere on the mainland where I was at that particular moment. So I noticed that when you stop a bus, right, the bus keeps driving and you are expected to basically jump into that bus. I did not have that experience, really. And I waved down a particular bus and they slowed down, okay, but they were still moving. Now with my box and my backpack, I was chasing the bus. As I tried to jump in, I remember there was some kind of a rod on some iron, trashed iron on that bus, and it tore my trousers into pieces that day. Like I was mad. I was very confused. So I still maintained, I still stayed in the bus. And when we got to where I was supposed to drop, the funny thing there was that the conductor was a woman. Right? Now I got to my bus stop. I told them I was dropping. The woman looked at me and said I should not pay any money. So I dropped. I had to walk into a shop that day, and I got myself changed up. Now on the phone call with my cousin, he was able to come pick me up from where I was down to the house. Good. I was at home. I felt relaxed and very much happy that, oh, I'm finally at home now. I can rest. I can relax. Let me just sleep because I really needed that sleep. So coming into Lagos, I did not actually do road, right? It was a flight down to Lagos, so I wasn't exactly very stressed. But that experience that day basically got me stressed, so I needed to sleep. Now, I the following day I got to the NYC camp. Everything that happened in camp basically happened. My cousin took me to camp, so everything that happened in camp basically happened. And while in camp, remember I said I never wanted Lagos. Okay, so while in camp, I was able to apply for a redeployment. And when I got at the end of camp, everybody got their PPA posting letters, while my own was a redeployment letter. And I basically got my deployment and went back to the state I wanted to go back to. Guys, I'm going to tell you guys one funny thing that happened. So when I got to the state where to the set of my interests, okay, I noticed that, not that I noticed, I was basically laid off my job. The work I had then in that state, I was basically laid off. And at that moment, I was confused. I was working as an Android developer there. I, yeah, and while I was in camp, I got laid off. Okay. And when I came back into the state, remember, saying the state sounds like United States. The state I'm talking about, the state, my state of interest. I don't want to actually mention the name of the state. So I was confused, realizing that I was laid off from my work. I had to start calling some persons and basically some companies that I knew then, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, we're currently not taking core members." Okay, so I reached out to some friends that I made in camp, and someone told me, you know, you just have you checked in or have you gone to the LGA or to the secretariat to register in that state?" I said, "No, I haven't." They said, "Then you can cancel your redeployment." I was like, "Oh, really? I can cancel my redeployment." I never knew you can actually cancel your NYC redeployment. So, to those of you who do not know, you can cancel your redeployment as long as you have not signed into that state, right? Or been registered into that state just yet. Now I started the process. It was just a very straightforward thing. The only thing I need to do was I went back to Lagos. Right? I told my parents that yeah, I have to go back to Lagos. What I was expecting didn't work out again. Now they supported me, and immediately I went back to Lagos. I went to local government and checked in back to Lagos. Now the whole confusion in my life basically started. It wasn't a very funny thing, really. I'm basically getting to laugh at them now, but that period I was very confused. Now, there was no PPA, basically. There was no PPA. And I'm a tech bro, and I was an Android developer. I was trying to get which of the tech companies were going to take me then. For every single one I called, they were like, "No, they're not taking coming bus at this point. They're not taking coming bus at this point." I was confused, guys. I didn't know what to do. Okay, so I went back to the secretariat. I think that no, to the secretariat, NYC secretariat in Lagos, and I informed them. They said, "Okay, they're going to post me anywhere, but where do I want? Do I want to go to the island or on the mainland?" Remember, I did not have anybody in Lagos apart from my cousin who was staying on the mainland. Right? Exactly want to stay on the mainland because I did not like the experience of that place. Do you get? But somehow the island was quite okay, quite serene, basically comfortable for me to go and stay. So I told them, "Take me to the island. I want to stay in Lekki." I didn't know anywhere. I just did not know where I wanted to stay. This is a young, broke, confused. You know that song that says young, dumb, and broke? I was basically young, I was dumb, and I was broke at that particular moment. So I told them I wanted to stay in Lekki. I remember the woman laughed at me and she said, "Okay, they're going to post me to somewhere in Lekki, right? But then I can go live in Aja." I was like, "Oh, how far? What's the distance from Aja to Lekki?" They explained to me. I said, "All right, no problem. Post me anywhere." Guys, as a tech bro, I was posted to a real estate company. I was posted to a real estate company. You know, real estate in Lagos is like a very big thing. Okay. So I was posted to a real estate company. I went there. I was like, whew, guys, my first day at that real estate company, like, I was confused. What am I going to be doing here? You guys should tell me, what should I be doing? They told me, "Yo, I'm going to be helping them in marketing, digital marketing." I said, "I don't know digital marketing, right? I'm a software person." They said they do not have an IT department, but here and here are the things I can do. I was like, "All right, no problem. If that's what fits, has actually signed for me." So I got started, right? Working there as I was basically working. Let me say a department of my own was created for me because what I was now doing was I was helping them. I created a website for them then using WordPress. That was where I even picked up my WordPress skill more. I created the website for them then using WordPress. I was able to put them online. The real estate firm actually had another arm where they had some e-commerce items that they sold then, right? So I was able to build an e-commerce, basically help them out as well with their social media. Trust me now, as a tech guy, somehow, whatever it is that you do, you would always want to look for a way to connect it to tech somehow. So I did that, and that was 2019. Remember, now somewhere 2020, early 2020, COVID hits. Yeah, but before COVID actually hit, while working in this real estate company, I was still trying to find software development roles, but really, I wasn't getting any. It was very frustrating. I wasn't getting any. I remember I interviewed with InterSwitch. Then I did my first level of interview with InterSwitch. In my second level, I was rejected. Right? I wasn't exactly good enough. Not that I wasn't good enough. You know, at the end of the day, there are people who are still better than you. So they picked up some people. Forward down to 2020, I was still lost, and COVID hit. I would say COVID actually brought in a blend of blessing, right? And also a sense of direction to me. Now, I wasn't going out again. There was no stress of early morning runarounds, going out early in the morning and coming back in the evening, right? Or late in the night. Yeah. Now, during COVID, we're all at home. Okay. And the company I was working for then, as an NYSC coming back, they stopped paying us. They basically stopped paying us. I was not making any money again. The only thing I was basically relying on was that alawi, right? But I was like, this cannot be happening to me. I had a MacBook laptop and I have this skill. Now, I've also been able to pick up the WordPress skill. What am I going to do with this skill? I reached out to a friend. I explained everything to him. So he connected me to someone in Canada then, and he was basically a student. This person I got connected to was a student in a university in Canada. So I used to. He was running an agency there in Canada, and in that agency, what they used to do was most students that had most computer science and data science students, master's degree students, that were running some project. Right, some of them had to build websites, some of them had to build Android apps. So they usually give it to him. Now he was passing most of those jobs as well to myself during COVID. And it was Canadian dollars that he was being paid, right? Because I did not exactly have anything, any Canadian dollar account and stuff. Now that my friend that connected me to him was basically like my middleman. So he would send money to the guy would pay me. And we're sharing the money. It continued until I got something else I was doing for another company, a startup in Ghana, right? Then I left the Canadian guys. So the Ghana one was a little bit stable. I basically started making some money, right, from then. And at some point, I'm not going to say I got laid off, but then the team basically got disbanded. Nobody, um, there was basically nobody in the team anymore. I was back again in the streets. Remember, all of this thing basically happened during COVID, and I was still a core member. And the company where I was working as my PPA, right? Sometimes they will basically call us to come to the office. We'll still carry money and go to the office, but then they never paid us till today. For some months, almost 6 to 7 months extra, right? They never paid us. But that's basically going to be a story for another day. And guys, I was still trying to hone my skills, trying to get a lot of interviews, but nothing was basically coming my way. Yeah, nothing was basically coming my way. Now I got connected to a company in Nairobi, right, as their product manager. That was where my product management skill basically kickstarted as a product manager. And I was helping them manage their team while also growing myself as a product manager at the same time. And sometimes you cannot exactly serve two masters at a time. Most especially if one master is the one putting food on your table, you're going to put in more effort to that master. So, guys, that was basically what happened to me. Now, I was making money being a product manager. Okay, not much, but then basically some reasonable amount of money. And from that Nairobi company, I was then able to get into another Nigerian company. As at this time, that was 2021, and COVID has basically relaxed. And I was able to get a product manager role with another company here in Lagos, right? And from there, I got another side gig as a product manager, right, part time. Now I had to sit back and I did some self reassessment. I was not getting Android developer roles, but then here I was easily landing product management roles, right? Now I had to basically feed what was feeding me. I had to grow myself in product management, taking a lot of courses in product management. At some point, I started doing UI UX design, and that is basically because of the company I worked with in Nairobi, right? Not a company, let me just say a startup, right? More like another agency, and this grew me. I saw myself growing. I just noticed, oh, this seems to be something for me. Now, while some persons were still reaching out to me, like, hey, they needed something from for Android, they needed me to work on Android projects, I was taking in some, and I had to create. I'll say I created some form of an agency for myself, where I brought in some of my friends. Right, the name of the agency, I'll tell you guys another day. But I brought in some of my friends, and some of the Android jobs I was getting, I was not giving it to them. Do you get? And we were delivering. Yeah, as for funny enough, we were actually delivering. So we built, instead of me building, I was getting my friends the belt and we handed over to the clients while I continue to grow in my product management career. Now, trust me, all of these things sound very easy right now, but back then it was crazy for me, right? I was confused and I was basically, to me, it came off like I was basically surviving, right? If someone was owing me 1 naira, I would disturb you till you give me that 1 naira, right? I was ready to spend, I was ready to spend a time of 5,000 to recover 7,000 naira debt because I was in survival mode then, guys. So fast forward to when things basically got better. I was taking a lot of courses. Like I said, I was taking a lot of courses on product management and getting some certification, getting myself better and better. And it basically got to the point where for every single application I submitted for product management role, I got an interview call. And sometimes I would sit back and say, I used to try Android development, right? I was good. I'm not going to say I was the worst. At least I was reasonably okay, right? But I never got a role, right? I never even got an interview apart from InterSwitch, right? But then trying out product management, I was able to get a lot of offers, right? And some of them I turned down, some of them I did as part time, some of them I picked up as side gig and all of that. Now, I was able to do this till I got to where I got to today as a product manager, right? I'm not at my apex, right? I'm not at my peak just yet, but there is actually that intentionality when it comes to my learning process. Okay. And this is basically a call for me to let everybody know that whatever it is that you're doing, if it's not working for you, try something else. Do you get? Try something else. Oh, you are trying out how to do, you are trying out digital marketing and it's not working for you. Basically, try something else. Okay. You are trying plan A or strategy A and it's not working. I would like for you to try out something else, right? There is no harm in starting over. There's really no harm in starting over. I left um I left a very fantastic career as an Android developer and also moved to a more fantastic career as a product manager, right? And with my skill as an Android developer or my background as an Android developer, it has also helped me to scale as a product manager because one of the perks of being a good product manager, or one way or strategy for it to be a very good product manager, is that you must understand how the software works from the back end to the front end to the middleware to every single thing. Okay, how the back end is communicating to the front end. You must basically understand APIs. Oh, you want to achieve this? What's the API that we're going to need for that? Right. I know that there are different types of product managers, right? But this in another video, I'm going to be breaking down all of those. But what I basically wanted to achieve here on this particular call is I have narrated how I came into Lagos and also how I was able to transition from being an Android developer to being a product manager. Don't hold on to one thing, right? There are some there are some careers that we might really want to that we always really want to chase. There are some careers that we really want to get. And if it is not coming forth, let us not be too blind to see the ones that are coming forth for us. Okay. So in my case, it felt like Android development was not exactly the in thing for me or the breakout for me. But then product management actually came my path. And I'm so grateful for that. So guys, I really do not want to make this video very lengthy. I hope you were able to learn a thing or two from this video. And while you are transitioning, while you're going through that difficult transitioning part, it can be very difficult, it can be very rockety and all of that. Make sure that you keep a positive mindset. I kept a very positive mindset. I believed in myself that I can actually get to where I want to get to. And like I said, I am not there yet, right? But I am not also where I used to be. I've gotten better, I have grown. I've equally been able to train and bring up a couple of persons and mentor them into product management and product design. But that does not exactly mean I'm a mentor, just a few persons, right? So taking a look at this, I'm going to challenge you to make that transition in today. Take that step that you actually wanted to take. If you want to move from marketing into PM, if you are into marketing, you can actually be a growth product manager. It's going to work for you, right? it's very perfect. People that actually transition into growth product management are mostly marketers. While you can equally transition from another industry into the tech industry, there should also be or there is a process for that, which somewhere down the line in further videos, I'm going to narrate that to you in details. Okay. So if you have made it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. If you have also subscribed, I hope you find this channel or my story very inspiring and insightful. Please do well to hit the like button, like the video, subscribe, and also turn on that post notification, all right? Because in my next video, I'm actually going to be sharing more to what actually happened to me. Right? Even while I thought I had attained stability, there was actually something of record that a lot of persons are very much afraid of. I got there and I was able to bounce back again, right? I'm going to be narrating that story in my next video. And after that, we'll go into full details properly of what this channel is meant to be. I'll be bringing your way tips, I'll bringing your way strategies on how to better your software development process and also how to break into tech as a newbie. So until then, and until we meet again, be safe out there, guys.